Okay, so I'm catching this one a little bit in post, but so I read over a couple of the notes and just kind of giving my feedback, and I wanted to actually watch this lively somewhat and kind of see what they've got going on, what the skills look like, and how to acquire this stuff, so we'll go from there.
We are also going to be showing you 2 new characters. The first is Thane, human son.
Thane, we know that.
He has a very deep, very interesting backstory. We also have Dazzler, the pop star.
No Triton.
I love and have a lot of
that sucks.
Childhood, and I hope you do too. We also have 2 new
God, I hope there's no
characters: Medusa, Queen of the Inhumans, and
biometric subs. That sucks.
And there might be a couple more to come later on. I am going to have my friend Cage tell you about that. We also have something different this stream. There will be a survey at the end, and we'll remind you via text in the stream during the duration. But you will need to have your code name from in-game. And your player ID. And when you fill that out, we will be able to send you a reward for watching. So please
I wonder if I got mine yet.
Look for that link. We are going to have it ready for you at the end of the stream, and will only be up for a limited time. So please get your submissions in as soon as you can. All right, everyone, we have so much to talk about, and I'm gonna bring in my friend to help us talk about it. Let's get Cage. All right, everyone, let's welcome back my friend and yours. It's Cage. He's going to help us break down everything in this update. It's been great. Cage, how are you?
Doing great. Always happy to be with you and, of course, our agents. And, of course, Marble is happy to be able to reintroduce or refamiliarize players with the Inhumans. We haven't had an update with the Inhumans in quite a while, so we're sure players are going to be excited with the content and features we have.
Yep, definitely. Let's go.
Well, I'm excited to talk about that. Though the weather has been a little weird lately. Did you tell me before that you know something about that, or you have some kind of idea?
Well, we actually
they're referencing the
regarding the weather.
Yeah.
I checked with them a while ago. Again, we're looking into that though.
Okay, yeah, maybe later.
All right.
But let's get into this update, which I'm more excited about anyway. We have some awesome characters to introduce to you. The first of which is Thane.
Thane.
That's right. So a new villainous character not many players may know about is the part Inhuman, part Titan
villain.
So Kim, what can you tell us about him?
Well, you kind of gave it away, but he is part Titan, which makes him related to the most famous Titan of all, that is Thanos. He is the secret son of Thanos. I don't know how it stayed a secret because Thane is very close sounding to Thanos, but he is his son who was awakened when Thanos was searching everywhere for him in an attempt to kill him. He did run across the Inhuman King, Black Bolt, who in turn told him, no! He would not help him, but he said it with his quasi-sonic scream, and it destroyed a Terrigen bomb, which set off Inhumans to be activated, to have their genes activated everywhere, and that included Thane. And that gave him 2 powers that became apparent. One was the death touch in his left hand, and it gave him the ability to instantly change the very economics of existence. He could kill everyone around him, and he did. When his power was first awakened,
except for Ebony Maw,
his right hand, and it projects an amber construct.
She's got knife hands.
And living death.
All right, Kim. Like you said, just for that description alone, Thane is a very interesting character.
This is from Infinity.
I always had fun making him as well. So with that said, let's get to it. So
that's okay.
He's a universal character. His passive
universal character, okay.
Super armor, while his tier 2 passive increases his skill and bonus damage. And
okay.
To decreasing damage received.
Okay, that's good.
Right, so after leading with his basic attack, we go into his first skill, which is the Demise Flames.
Ooh, that looked cool.
And he delivers stun and physical damage.
Nice, nice, nice.
Keeping track of those origins. That's the destruction hand.
For his second skill, we have the Cocoon Blast. We see
Nice.
his right hand.
That's cool.
Iconic amber box of perpetuating living death. First binding enemies and then.
Oh, it's got a big AoE.
I like it. It's comics accurate.
I love how it's exactly like from the, as you mentioned, the frame from the comic. So that's pretty.
Side note: he actually catches Proxima and Thanos in it.
The Quietus Beam. After briefly using his right hand to target and freeze enemies, he then uses his
Ooh, that's cool.
This allows him to both recover HP while also being granted brief damage immunity.
That is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I like that they're combining them there. Before, when he first got his powers, he lacked control, and this suit was instrumental for it. Looks like we're a little bit past when he first gets his powers at this point.
And Kim, what
He actually.
Well, this suit actually helps him control his powers. When he first got his powers or his awakening through the Terrigenesis, he couldn't control it. He killed everyone around him.
Correct.
So at this point, he seems like he has more control, more mastery. He's further along in his developmental stage.
And who was it that made the suit?
Watch for the Phoenix uniform later on.
Ebony Maw. Well, his dad's friend.
So for skill 4, after buffing your stats and removing incapacitation, the Tartarus Crash causes some nasty bleed damage
Wow.
or removing
Bleed?
elasticity from foes and renders them silent.
Why the?
Also, as you can see, that also causes a bit of burn damage. I just love the animation itself as he just flies in the air and does a continual amount of just. I don't know how to describe it other than just
It
stuff.
just looks rough.
Lastly, we have the Amber Undeath. Again, using the power of both his inhuman hands, Thane casts incapacitation on his enemies while improving his ignore target dodge rate. With devastating
Defense
powers
down.
like this, it's pretty easy to see why he's, the son of Thanos.
He's also an Inhuman, which gives him so much more power behind that as well, unlocking his eternal potential.
Yeah, he's definitely a devastating foe to wreck with. So we're looking, we're planning
So
on.
good luck.
Nice.
And that does it for the new character Thane.
That was good.
Forward to seeing
Universal.
what you all think about using him in game, but let's move on.
One of our newly added characters is a mutant for this V630 update, and that is Dazzler.
Dazzler. Oh, old school.
And highly requested, and now she's in the game. So Kim, what can you tell us about Dazzler?
Dazzler is iconic, as a lot of you may know. Her identity is Allison Blair, and you
The
may not know
90s,
this, but
80s.
she's a child of light, and that relates very much to her powers because Allison is able to turn sound into light. She is also a singer, and what's interesting about her is she eschewed the idea of joining the X-Men and being a superhero, and instead wanted to focus on her musical career since her debut in 1980. So she has appeared in a lot of different ways throughout Marvel history, different outfits, different hair, very, very similar makeup though. And I do like that look a lot. So she ignored her father's wishes to be a lawyer and went into showbiz. That's how I relate to Dazzler.
Well, she's definitely a new character just with that description alone. So with that, we're going to go ahead and take a look how she is in game. So now, as you can see here, we have Dazzler. She's already set to go.
Ooh, that's cool.
She rollerblades in. She's ready to school some turkeys on some disco.
I love her rainbow whirling around and the sparkles flying out. It's great when you embrace what you are, and that is what this Dazzler is doing.
So naturally, as you can see, Dazzler is a blast-type mutant. Her leader skill actually raises her allies' critical rate, while her passive skill grants immunity to silence and blind effects.
And she looks great.
And she looks dazzling while she does it, of course. We're going to go into her first skill on the list. First skill is the Brilliant Sphere.
Oh, that's cool looking.
This energy space attack. This is the Brilliant Sphere, and here you can see Dazzler actually places her hands together and emits several spheres of light.
They're dazzling.
So we actually find out that both of these characters, Thane and Dazzler, are biosubs in the APK. So we'll see if there's anything else beyond that.
The attack will actually blind her enemies.
If that changes in the live update, because that kind of sucks.
Her third skill is pretty groovy. This
Double paywall.
spin.
one mutant, the other
a disco ball in the
regular
buffs her.
biometrics.
If enemies are in range of her follow-up attack, where she points and fires a beam of light, they will be blinded.
Oh, both of them are coming in at tier 1 as well.
Also, you recover HP. As a disco fan, this is one of my personal favorites.
That's a disco ball. That's awesome.
I'm a disco fan. I'm talking
Okay,
about
this is-
Summer and all those classes.
I'm glad you're revealing more about yourself. This is great.
Next skill, which our players will dig, this is the Roller Rainbow Dash.
Wow, that's cool looking.
Funky skates, buffing her stats. She skates away and delivers another blinding light attack from above.
Oh,
It's
I
like-
love it. I love that swirl.
There's a lot of rainbows here.
Yes, I'm enjoying it.
For her fifth and final Superfly attack, this is the Showstopper.
Wow.
Skill she gathers the light around her and then
Not a whole lot of
her defense.
not a whole lot
A
of
lot in the Dazzler.
hits.
I'm
That's strange.
going to recreate that later.
All right.
That was awesome.
Take a look at that one more time. And that
Yeah, it's not a lot of hits.
I love her style. All right, that does it for our new characters. Now, before we move into new uniforms from some familiar faces, I do want to remind everyone that what we are looking at here is not the final build, and numbers, stats, they could be subject to change when you get that final build
Yes, of course.
in your game. But let's move in. Our first new uniform goes to the Queen of the...
Medusa.
It's Medusa.
That's right. So, as we mentioned, the first new character on our list for new uniforms is the queen herself of the Inhumans, Medusa. And first off, how would you pronounce her actual name?
Her full name?
Yes.
Okay. Medusalith Amakilin Boltagon.
I won't even bother to try to repeat that.
That's pretty good.
She is the Queen of the Inhumans. She serves at Black Bolt's side and is often pretty much the emissary representing the Inhumans because Black Bolt cannot really speak due to his
Can't speak.
supreme power. And she has to interpret what he wants, what he means to say, his orders to the rest of the kingdom and to people visiting them. So she has a very important role. She is not to be trifled with. She does not suffer fools. But on top of that, her powers that she gained through Terrigenesis are all around her hair. It has prehensile attributes, much like you may think of when you think of the word Medusa.
They're going with Inhumans versus X-Men.
Psionically, there is a small field around
Yeah, that's Inhumans versus X-Men. They're not getting
that
Earth X
is able to
one,
make her hair
where she's more feral, essentially.
pick locks, lift objects.
So what is that? Infinity so far? Infinity, and then
So many things with her hair.
Inhuman and X-Men.
Some of those things right now when we see her skills.
Right, so agents may recognize that this
Hey.
is in the comic series
Key
Inhumans
art.
versus X-Men, which players may have noticed in the key art, which actually has the blades kind of mixed into her hair, which is kind of cool. And it comes with 4 new skills and enhances her leader and passive skills, the Merciful Queen and the Queenly Blades.
Just a wild mane out on the battlefield.
So we'll open up with our first skill, which is the hair drill. This isn't a new skill, but you can
Yeah, this looks exactly the same.
in your uniform.
Just looks cool.
So the first newly added skill is the piercing reach. Like all her attacks, we see Medusa violently whipping her foes into
That's similar.
luscious hair, causing bleed. Because she's
Why fucking bleed?
It's just this massive tangle of hair. I mean, I shouldn't say tangle. It's probably very well maintained.
There's just no reason to use bleed in this game.
I mean, I look like much.
Unless they fix it.
Skill actually buffs up Medusa's overall stats, while
Oh, that's her buff stat. 3? Yeah.
again ending with a solid slap to the face. The fourth hair-raising skill is the matriarch drill. This is another bleeding attack similar to
More bleed. Why? It's just so pointless. Like, what's...
while also causing
Unless you're gonna make bleed it worth it, like a passive defense down or something like that, then
in addition to bleed,
it's not worth it either way.
which is the red whirlwind, incapacitates foes and causes.
That's cool looking.
It also grants benefits such as being able to ignore the target's defenses and also penetrates, damage immunity.
There's just so much red. So much red.
That's cool.
Yeah, but not from the blood, it's from her hair, so red,
Yes,
red all around.
it's that color of dye. It's very trendy.
So she actually is not just given a new uniform this update, she's given something a little bit new as well.
Oh, look at the purple background.
It demonstrates her power with this newly added Awakened skill.
Doesn't look like a new material, which is good. I was kind of fearing the Terrigen crystals.
Things happening. So after summoning her sister Crystal and her fellow Inhuman Miss Marvel, you'll notice attacks such as Bleed.
Oh, I put Crystal and Miss Marvel in there. Nice.
In addition to that, it also reduces the enemy's defenses while also accumulating damage. Also, there's a variety of other stats which you can see for yourself when the update goes live.
I love the cameos, especially Ms. Marvel, how she ties in.
Yeah.
An awakened Inhuman from
That's pretty awesome.
Origin Bomb.
Exactly. Yeah, another tie into the uniform which we mentioned earlier, which is the Inhumans versus X-Men. And that does it for Medusa.
All
All
right.
right, and now let's take a look at our final uniform, and I think a lot
Big
of people
bolt
know what
Bagathon.
that means.
That's right. After finally hearing the cries of his people, the King of the Inhumans is ready for action in his new Earth X uniform.
Earth X, there you go.
Tell us about, at least for what your knowledge of Black Bolt.
I could tell you a lot because Black Bolt actually intersects with a lot of the other characters who are involved in this update in many different ways, in many different storylines. This might be a little heavy, but in terms of Earth X, without spoiling it too much, we have Black Bolt playing a key role in saving the Earth and making a call for Galactus. And that's as far as I want to go with that.
All right. I mean, that's tangentially close.
For
Tangentially accurate.
Infinity, Thanos comes to Earth, to the Inhumans specifically.
Yeah, looking for a son.
Demands a tribute, which is basically killing young men of a certain age. He says it's a tribute, but it's actually he's looking for Thane. And when
Black Bolt sets off a Terrigen mist cloud as well.
instead he releases
In that
a
one.
scream that in turn releases the
God, it looks so good.
and I think you know what happens after that. Also, he
Manifest Thane.
with Dazzler in Inhumans versus X-Men when
Yeah, I called that one out.
against him under the, let's say, coercion of Emma Frost. He has a lot to do, and I think we have a lot to see.
So we're sure many players are going to be excited to build
I love that logo.
classic universe.
That's so cool.
So this uniform actually increases the character's
This
defense.
one right
It
here.
also changes
That's so dope.
skills such as his Silent King and Cosmic
It looks just like the comics.
passive skills. So with that said, let's take a look at his newly added skills.
All right.
So for our first skill on the list,
Stays universal.
blow. With this one, we see Black Bolt dealing a series of different blows to the enemy, causing them to be stunned.
That's kind of the same.
Pretty fast.
I mean, he does have a bevy of powers. There's a reason, besides lineage, why he's the king of the Inhumans.
That's right. We'll see more of his skills to show this out. The second rather devastating attack is the Steel Wing Slice. After
Oh.
with his wings, you can actually see it actually deals a bit of bleed and energy damage.
I see it.
That's cool looking.
So the next is the Electron Strike. This one's pretty cool. So here we can see Black Bolt actually demonstrating the
Oh, yes.
opponents by first off flying into
Seems like a lot of hits.
lightning damage. And this causes his foes within the area to be drawn close beneath him, all while
Not that many AoE
a
though.
variety of different buffs for his stats.
That is a great use of one of his official
Seems like these uniforms will be discounted at 1050 as well. I saw that in the forums.
whatever he wants.
He's king of the Inhumans for a reason.
Yes.
Because the cost of the uniforms themselves were like 1750. It's like cables and
One of my favorites is also, I'm sure, going to be favorites.
is that a channeling skill?
His iconic quasi-sonic scream.
No, it's not.
He actually blows the enemies back while decreasing the enemy's overall defenses and causing paralysis. And you can see, just stands in place and just shouts and sends all the enemies back. And that's
Oh, it is a channeling skill. All right. Seems like one.
At the end of that, I mean, at times it could level an entire block.
So I'm watching the cursor right over here.
It really depends on
It doesn't seem like it's moving until he actually moves, and then it
not
stops.
somebody you want to mess with.
Yeah, I think it is a channeling skill.
Our final skill on the list is the Roar of Doom. So this is where he lets out
Galactus.
shout affecting a multitude
Bring Galactus.
of enemies within the area, causing stun and a variety of other debuff stats.
very good.
All right. Doesn't look as cool.
In terms of what volume he wants to do this at.
So we went through the new skills, but there's
all
one
right.
skill everyone, of course, is excited to see. The beloved King of the Inhumans has now a T3 ability. So I'm not going to commentate too
Well, it looks better than its original one.
much, just be able to enjoy it themselves. So you can see, go ahead and just take a look.
Whoa!
All right.
You can see the sounds.
That's cool. That's good.
The T3 is always just
What was that? 117 hits?
So of course, this glorious inhuman attack decreases enemies' overall defense and
Defense down.
to a variety of other debuffs and provides other buffs for your character as well.
Whoa.
Got a lot of
I
hits.
like the way it looks as well.
It's like
For the new uniforms and the new character, and
Captain Marvel.
the long-awaited T3 for Black Bolt.
All right, but that's not all, Cage. There's also some new features to look forward to.
Ooh.
That's right. So we do have several different new features. One of these features actually relates to the story missions. So for example, first we have alternate mode for the all-war story mission.
Oh, they're unlocking that. Okay.
War story mission, previous V620 update.
Allows you to use.
Normal story missions in alternate mode.
You can use any characters you want.
Like any characters that they like.
There's also a daily reward. I saw that as a little bonus for those.
Daily rewards.
Yeah, daily rewards.
A new uniform XP chip, in addition to a new reward referred to
A story fragment. So the story fragment, depending on which one it is, you'll either put together 9 pieces,
biometrics are actually going to be added as
or you'll put together one that's 4 pieces, and then you'll get a chance at either
There's something else.
Odin's Blessing or a Uru.
There's a couple more things. There is a new leveling up feature for Awakened Heroes. So
Oh, yes.
players like
I didn't make a video on this. I wanted to see what it was actually like in the live game before we comment on it, so we'll see what they're saying here.
characters. This feature is referred to as the Transcend Potential feature. More details on
So for the next month,
patch notes.
they'll be looking at upgrading gears from 20 to 25 with this little geared gem.
Potential.
Looks like from the
A
shop.
little bit more stronger than they were before the V630 update.
Okay,
Of course,
I believe you.
to transcend these awakened characters' potential, their gears will have to be ranked up to level 25.
Yes.
So we understand that this is a new process. So to ease players more into it, there will be an event where players can actually have their materials discounted so that they can upgrade their equipment to level 25. So these applicable characters can actually receive these transcend potential free of charge. So we hope everyone will be looking forward to it.
All right, those are all good, but I'm going to ask you for even more.
You want more?
Yes.
Okay, so we do have a little bit more. So as you can see on the screen as well, we have Iceman.
Oh shit, they look good.
Characters will be getting new uniforms, but they won't be live just yet. So
Person on the left, Iceman, is from
I wanted to try a little something
X-Men
to at least show
Blue?
characters to you guys.
and that is, I think,
When they are
I'm pretty sure it's Adeline Rising.
next update.
So look for videos on that coming soon.
We'll see if we can get some images of that.
All right, well, now that you've unveiled them, announced them to the world, let's check out this video.
All right.
The highlight. Ms. Marvel's actually in game. Maybe a mid-month patch. Looks good. Dazzler looks good. Yeah, nice. Sneak peek team is fantastic.
Now, moving forward, we're going to be talking about another section that we wanted to show you today, and that is
Something appears to be wrong with the stream. Is it your device? Something more. Greetings, Agent.
Oh, what the?
I know what you're thinking. Another crazy cage here to hijack your stream. What makes this one so unique? Well, for starters, how about an origin story? Once a humble and devastatingly handsome weather reporter, I was approached by your cage to report on a mysterious cloud that formed on my Earth. However, the weather botched my newscast and ruined my reputation. Days later, thanks to the Terrigen Mist, I became something more, something powerful. No longer was I simply the
T3 cage.
cage you knew before. Now, foes address me as
Climate cage.
actually transcended over other broadcasters, making me the meta of TV reporters. Not only have I gained the ability to
All right.
take over other people's streams, I've also gained the ability to CPR. That's right. I've gained the ability to see every single comment on social media. Every single one.
CPR.
Facebook, Twitter, Reddit. I see it all. Don't believe me?
Shout out to the Reddit boys.
Trust me, I'll see it. Think about it. Which would you rather listen to? This?
We're on the case, so if you see him,
And a jerk.
yes. So keep an eye out for him.
Or this? Next up on the list is the Rainbow Roller Dash, where this funky cat schools turkeys and then rollerblades straight into your hogs.
What the hell is going on?
You have a choice. Surrender the stream to us cages, or we'll take it by force.
Does he have a mask on his face? Like a face mask?
Remember, I'll be watching you.
Or is it a night mask, maybe?
Can you hear? Oh, you can. Okay, great. It's back.
Yeah, we're back. So they're happy to hear everything's back to normal. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you did say that guy was going to be cool, and he wasn't, like all of the other ones.
Yeah, I apologize for that. We'll vet these guys a lot. We'll do a better job. We'll look into it. So I believe you're transitioning into what was it, into comics?
Hey, Big Surf.
A segment today, it's a segment we've done before, where we talk about Marvel Comics, which is one of my favorite things to do. And now we have a logo. Okay, so we are talking about the comic basis for this update, and there's a lot for this one, so I'm glad that we're getting to go into it. So there are 4 primary characters that we're talking about today. I'm going to tell you where you can find a basic background on each character, but then we're going to go
Infinity,
a little bit further into the history.
Inhuman vs. X-Men,
Thane, who is a new character. You can read up on him.
Marvel's X or Earth X,
Where he starts to
Infinity, yep.
Thanos 1 through 12 in 2017. Dazzler debuted a long time ago, 1981. You can check out her history in Dazzler number 1 through number 5. There's a lot of fun lingo from that era, a lot of disco lingo. Next we have Black Bolt. Of course, you can catch him in Humans number 1 through number 6. He's also heavily featured in War of Kings number 1 through 6. And Black Bolt number 1 through number 12, that's more recent in 2017. Medusa, you can catch very similarly right by Black Bolt's side. You can catch her in Humans number 1 through number 6, 1975, War of Kings 1 through 6, and in Humans versus X-Men, again, 1 through 6. Now, the primary comic lines of interaction for these different characters and the uniforms that we see some of them derived from do come from very specific comic events. These are massive stories, one of which is Infinity, one is
Yes,
Humans versus
correct.
X-Men, and one is
Humans
Earth
versus
X,
X-Men,
and it's
Earth
from the
X.
series 2020's Marvel's X.
So yeah, there's definitely a lot
Marvel's
of comic runs
X.
that are being done in this update relating to the X-Men.
Wait.
So who do you
Deal.
now, Kim? Do you find yourself siding with anybody, like whether they be Inhumans or X-Men?
I'm always with the X-Men. You don't even have to ask
X-Men.
Cage. I like the history of the X-Men and why they were created, and different reasonings that Stan Lee and others did regarding civil rights, regarding understanding each other. I think that's very important. But we're going to talk about Infinity first. So this is a major comic storyline. It's epic. Highly recommended. There are 2 major plot lines going on. One is the Avengers in space, but we will be focusing on Thanos and his story as a catalyst for this. So Thanos has been traveling in the galaxy, demanding tributes from the worlds he comes upon, and it's not a little tribute. He wants the heads of all males ages 16 through 22, and if you don't give it, he will kill everyone on the planet. It may seem random, but it's not. He's looking for his long-lost son. It's about his age. He wants to kill him. So he comes upon Black Bolt, the floating city of Avalon, and Black Bolt refuses Thanos with his quasi-sonic scream, which will, we all know that's very destructive. He tells him, no! It's a beautiful comic page. However, Black Bolt's scream activated the Terrigen bomb.
Of course.
One person who was not chosen for Terrigenesis is Thane. So by all accounts, he was an average guy. He was like a medic or a healer, no known combat ability. And through the Terrigen bomb, his Terrigenesis is activated and he transforms. He looks a lot more like his dad, purple, wrinkly chin, you know the deal, and he has this destructive ability and lack of control and kills everyone around him. It is epic. It is a story that leads all across the galaxy into the God Quarry and diving into some really complex and interesting ideas. And I'm not going to tell you how it ends. So in Humans versus X-Men, I think you're pretty familiar with that. So this explores the idea that while Terrigen wakes up the Inhuman gene and creates more Inhumans, for instance, Kamala Khan as Ms. Marvel, she was awakened by the Terrigen mist. She didn't know she was an Inhuman, but it is actually deadly to mutants who now have to fight to stay alive. Emma Frost is the ringleader here. She's sort of taken the role that Magneto normally would take against Professor X. She orchestrates this war against the Inhumans. She paints a big target on Black Bolt's back. She orchestrates a meeting between herself, Emma Frost, and Black Bolt. Emma meets Black Bolt, bringing with her...
I brought this up in the Dazzler preview.
...room, Lady Shine. She is Dazzler in disguise. So he tries to use his quasi-sonic scream, which is extremely powerful and destructive. However, Dazzler transmutes his sound into light, and she absorbs all of his power.
It's cool looking.
Mute, by the way, and she releases his own power back at him as a wave of brilliant energy, sending him through a wall.
There's a bigger plot of the X-Men looking to take down the Inhumans of it.
Please read the whole story about how it turns out for the Inhumans and the mutants. And our last comic event series is Earth X. This
yes.
idea of what would it be like if the entire world had powers? And the answer is a descent into madness and chaos. Superheroes are irrelevant. Celestials have manipulated...
I mean, what do you do when everybody else can defend themselves, right? Like, you just have no reason to be around.
Because the Earth is housing a celestial embryo that is growing in the core.
Oh.
So basically... every battle the heroes have fought has been to protect the Earth, but really it was to protect the embryo that will one day...
And that's why Black Bolt sets it off.
We never even knew it.
To bring Galactus.
I don't want to tell you how it ends, but it's really good. It's a great reveal. I really want to, though. The Inhumans are involved. Karnak tries to figure it out. He asks Medusa, could it be this? Could it be that? She says, I don't know, but she does know. Black Bolt is involved with something, but I definitely recommend you check it out for
that's right in the beginning.
These different views at the very least.
Well, it sounds awesome.
All right,
it's not that big of a reveal.
Now it's time to do some gameplay in the challenge run. Let's bring back our old friend Noah. Cage, I think you should join them this time.
Sure thing. I'm gonna go right now.
What's up, guys?
All right.
Time for another challenge run. We're changing things up a little bit this time.
Look, we got Cage.
Hi, how's it going, guys?
He's in the same spot.
What, Contender Cage?
I like the sound of that, so let's go with that.
Awesome.
Combat Cage?
I'm going to take some of the new characters into Giant Boss Raid this
GBR, alright.
So,
Guys, we just needed some help, so I'm here to help carry you guys all the way.
Are we flexing now?
oh, man.
Is it that stream?
Literal flexing.
We're going for Master Mold. We're going to try to show you guys some damage numbers. We gave our new characters some builds, and this time we gave ourselves a little bit more time.
That's probably a good idea.
Let's show this giant easy bake oven who's boss.
You guys want to jump in?
I'm ready.
Why not?
So they're...
Medusa.
I haven't used Black Bolt in a while, so...
Wait, they're both using Black Bolt?
Metal, right?
I think that's how it works, yeah.
Well, what's the point? Oh, he changed over to Medusa.
Use co-op skill.
Oh, look at the skills over there. The 6th skill has moved.
Rotation for the...
They moved the Awakened skill. So that kind of confirms that these Awakened characters will never go T3. Like, it's why... I mean, though, I'm sure there's a possibility. Who's doing all that damage?
Scream louder.
Ah, Protector Queen! Protector Queen!
Oh, Medusa's going by.
Protector Queen!
My T3 skill got canceled.
What?
Oh no, I don't have my VIP skill to have her heal in the background.
Right. I'm gonna buff up.
Oh, come on, give me that damage rocket.
Right, T3 time. Who's ready for some T3 from the sky?
I mean, I don't know who is melting numbers before. Oh, there it is.
Thank you. I'm hoping to get the proc.
That was the melt. Look at those bars melt. Nice job. I can't really tell. They both got rage on. I don't know what sets they're rocking, but they both of them have rage. So it's kind of. I mean, they should do damage.
Yeah, but
But do you remember what
AK squads. King Sando, text please.
oh no.
AK squads. I don't know who's. Is that Justin?
I got your back.
My T3 is ready, so I'm gonna buff up. I'm gonna T3. Oh shoot! I'm not gonna
To the skies. To the skies.
That looks so good in
Oh, he died.
World Boss.
T3.
Oh my.
Giant boss ring.
Oh, don't act too
Who got
surprised.
it? Oh,
Oh, King Sando. Oh, hold on. I got a sound from Master Mold.
Oh, come on.
Do you guys know have props?
Oh
I got
my
props.
god.
had I known we were having a prop off, I would have been more prepared.
That was pretty close.
Good on
So-
you.
Yeah,
I get
good
to be
job.
cocky again, right?
Yeah. All right, fine.
Yeah.
You won.
That sounds like an agreement between you two, so you all can enjoy serving coffee to one another.
Oh man. Well, thank you, Contender Cage, for helping us take on Master Mold.
Thank you for having me.
Let's set Cage free. Let's open his cage.
Uncage Cage. All right, World Boss Ultimate time. Let's jump into some action. I'm thinking, given the characters we want to showcase, it makes sense to take on Corvus Glaive.
I'm in.
We are going to jump into a stage 50. That sound good?
Why? Well, alright.
Oh wow. Okay.
World boss.
You're literally flexing on me. Okay. Well,
Terrible.
all I
Ready.
need to flex are these.
Put him away. I'm not going to use my fingers at all to take you down. Just knuckles on screen.
You're punching the screen.
Yeah. Count us off. 3 to 1.
Yes. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Start. And
Start
start.
again.
Oh, they're going no strikers.
And now, okay. Did you do it? Or
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Worst case, cut it so our times are even. We're fine.
Yeah. That'll be easy. Okay. I'm gonna tap the screen.
Yep.
Did you already go? Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh man.
Oh, that looks cool.
I really should have just
No SFX.
the awakening. Oh my god.
Okay, there we go. Oh, the T3 nukes.
Yes.
I'm gonna switch to Coulson. I don't want a chance losing somebody by getting spammed here.
In terms of awakening Medusa, the APK already has them awakened, so we don't really know who we're getting. But given that it's Ms. Marvel in it, as well as Crystal, I'm assuming those two are going to be there. But we don't know for sure. Could be Maximum,
Medusa's
Maximus. It could be
and use the co-op skill.
a Gorgon or Karnak or something stupid. But it might be just Miss Marvel and
T3.
might be Miss Marvel and
I'm at the cutscene, baby.
Crystal.
Needs
That'd have to be a tier 2 before you awaken her. But we'll see.
close.
I think my switching away Coulson tactic to avoid pain was a mistake.
Justin's slightly ahead, but his time is slightly ahead too.
Somebody.
I don't know. I don't want to use Medusa. That's one hit. Get out of there. Alright.
Come on.
And the
Do
big
it.
spot.
Oh, the damage is amazing. I love it.
Oh no! Oh, bad timing on my T3.
You can't handle Black Bolt.
It's gonna hurt me.
I'm gonna 5 cancel Awakening. I believe that 5 gives me damage buff. Oh, it looks good. Oh wait, Corvus canceled it. That wasn't the whole thing.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, here comes a big
Back to
T3.
Black
Big
Bolt.
T3. Big T3. Big T3.
Come
Done.
on.
Time.
254.
Oh my god, what?
Here, I got
Oh,
one for you.
playing
Got one for you.
too Careful. Damn.
Yeah, Justin's a little bit ahead. That's about right. I mean, he finished at 254. Noah's at 245.
burn.
Terrible. It feels
Feel the burn.
terrible.
And he was using Medusa, so
Yeah,
he was using Medusa before, so maybe he just has the right rotation. Yeah, we'll have to see. Damage is respectable on both ends, though.
Yeah, but what about these?
I'm not scared of those anymore.
Yeah, they failed.
I got
this
2
time.
wins on the day. I got 39 CCF. So, I mean, icing on the cake. Enjoy
That's
test
pretty good.
account. But,
Oh
this is
my
good.
god!
I think we should do this more often. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. And Justin, I'll get you next time.
Yeah, I'll talk to you in a month. I don't want to hear from you between.
All right. Well, see you guys.
See ya. Send it back to Cage and Kim.
Cage and Kim.
Contender Cage.
Agent Kim.
What's wrong, Cage?
Slow clap.
I honestly thought I had it. You took the win, so congratulations.
You know, respect
A
words
little
due.
golf clap there for you.
All right. That was great. Awesome challenge run, guys. We went through a lot today. But before I recap that, I want to remind everyone that there is a survey coming very soon for you to fill out and get your reward for watching this stream. Be sure to have your code name and your player ID. You can find those both in your game. Have them handy.
Got to check if I got mine.
And get that reward, because we did so much today. We talked about new characters, Thane and Dazzler, new uniforms for Medusa and Black Bolt. We went over some new game upgrades and updates to certain modes. Some weird guy put us on mute for a while, which was weird. And we talked about Marvel Comics, which was great. We have a lot to talk about in the future too, right, Cage?
That's right. So we're thank you once again, guys, for dropping by. Continue to look forward to more patch notes describing more additional game details in the future, and continue to, of course, to follow us on social media. We're, of course, on Facebook and Twitter, as you guys already know. And we look forward to introducing a couple more things, such as another teaser possibly for Iceman, for Miss Marvel, and perhaps one more feature. But we'll go ahead and have to wait on that. So,
All right, we'll see what that is. Maybe in the future. We will find out later, but for now, goodbye, agents, and until next time.
Nice. Dab.
Dab.
No, it
That was random.
So what you still doing here? Expecting a sneak peek for the next update? Don't count on it. Go on.
So I think it's funny because they actually circled around back to that. And I think it was Cynic Alex that was playing the APK. And it looks like Storm might be the next one up. It's funny because it's all about weather and he's a broadcaster and whatnot. But in the APK, Storm, you can actually use her for the Asgard. She's one of the characters that you need in order to collect well, not necessarily need, but up their chances of collecting a daily fragment. So it might be an early reveal that it's Storm's T3 is coming.